Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. Likes, comments, and subscriptions are always appreciated, and without further ado, let's jump right into it. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says Bitcoin and Ethereum have U-turned, altcoins slide. Technical analysis, Ethereum trims gains, $3,200 is the key. For those of you who have not yet heard, the entire crypto market is down. It's not dramatically down. Many coins are down 2, 3, 4, 5%, somewhere roughly around there. It says after a strong start to the week, almost like clockwork as well. Whenever the market does a little bit too well, regulators make sure that something happens. Bitcoin and the broader cryptocurrency market are once again facing bearish pressure. The broader cryptocurrency market has corrected 5%, losing more than $100 billion. On the other hand, Bitcoin is down by 5.27% as of press time and has slipped to roughly around $45,000. This is the first time in the last 4 days that Bitcoin is trading under $45,000. This reaction in the crypto space comes as the EU Parliament passes new rules calling for the crackdown of unhosted and non-custodial cryptocurrency wallets. On Thursday, March 31st, more than 90 lawmakers from Econ and Libe committees voted in favor of outlawing anonymous crypto transactions. This comes as part of the expanding anti-money laundering rules in the crypto space. Under these new rules, crypto service providers and exchanges will have to mandatorily collect the personal details of individuals transacting more than 1,000 euros using self-hosted wallets before facilitating the transaction, i.e., if you or someone else you know is basically trying to send money around, the cryptocurrency exchanges are supposed to gather up your information. This is the most unpopular news story of the day. We've known that this was going to go up for a vote. It's been at least 2 months at this point. A lot of times, all the time, the cryptocurrency market always has a knee-jerk reaction whenever we hear that something is going to happen, and we keep hearing that it's going to happen, and then it does happen. The market reacts in a very strange, odd, panicky kind of way. Kind of how we knew that Joe Biden was going to be signing those papers about 9 weeks before, and then when it finally happened, everyone completely collapsed onto the floor and couldn't believe that he picked up a pen to sign those pieces of paper. So we knew that this was going to happen. Part of the problem is that the continued crackdown by a number of countries continues to take shape. The first part being is that if you've ever traveled around outside of your country, you've known, especially if you've been on a boat, more likely if you've been on a plane, you see something constantly when you are going into the airport, when you're leaving the airport. Even if you're flying into another country, they give you a long slip of paper and you have to write your name, information, where you're staying, all these kinds of things. And then at the very bottom, they always ask you, how much money are you traveling with? The normal number is, I know someone out there said it, it's normally $10,000. You are heavily told not to be able to take $10,000 or more equivalent as you're entering that country because of anti-money laundering. Why that still makes sense in the year 2022, I'm not really sure. The other part being the cryptocurrency space for some reason has been put into a brand new bracket where if you are transacting in more than 10,000 anything equivalent in crypto, it's now 1,000 euros or $1,000 equivalent. We've also heard similar rumblings from America as well, where they were thinking about potentially making that the number as well. This is nonsensical because there are a lot of transactions that are above that number. And I wrote this on Twitter. I'm not going to spend a very long time on this, but it's more of this is complete BS and they know it. World currencies around us are, I don't want to say the word dying, but we know that they're coming to their end. I think a lot of regulators have seen, and governments as well, that cryptocurrencies are not simply here for a day. They're not going to be around for a week and a half. They're probably with us forever. And as more and more people are choosing to use this new crypto economy as opposed to the old economy, it's worrying a lot of people who made sure that over the last 50, 60, 70 years that we'd be forced to use the old system. We've gone over this before. I've said it jokingly. I've said it half seriously. I'm like, if your bank is giving you 0.01% interest, why would you simply not just use a stable coin that gets you 7% interest at the same exact time? You can still use your Visa card through Coinbase, but you're actually making money on the money that you actually have, as opposed to like the negative interest rates that we also have at a lot of places around the world right now. So basically, to finish off the thought, it was apparent that this was going to pass. The person or woman, I read an article earlier, who was actually, and I'm air quoting this, responsible for the actual law. It was proposed by her, pushed forward by her, and then, I assume she also voted yay as it actually went through. She said she was quite shocked. I assume she has received a number of not so nice comments and letters and emails over the last couple of hours. In the article, she was saying she was shocked. She thought that people would be actually happy about this because we have to stop the terrorists and we have to stop the anti-money laundering and yada, yada, yada. And she thought that it would bring the cryptocurrency space forward. But it doesn't when you constantly continue prying further and further into people's lives and you're trying to figure out every single little thing about them. The very last thing, for those of you who've never been to or never lived in Europe, Europeans tend to have a rightfully so, a very large distrust for their governments, basically because of the previous wars that took place many moons ago, and just in general, a lot of policies that have been tried to been pushed through. And the idea is that people should have this kind of sovereign right. If we are to use this money that is issued by our government, that's fine. But give me the right to be able to use it in paper form as well, so that I can do what I need to do and buy what I want to buy and need to buy on my own accord and not have to have it, have to have some type of transaction behind this. The thing that I wrote on Twitter, and I was 1,000% serious about it too. I know it had a bit of a joking undertone. If the idea is that all transactions that are more than 1,000 euros have to now be tracked, or basically if you are sending it from your own personal wallet or from your ledger or anything that you are self-custodying and sending it to a cryptocurrency exchange or any other place, or if your friend is sending you money, that they need to be identified before that money unlocks for you. Once again, I'm totally fine with it as long as every single time, if you go into a store and you are buying a TV, I especially with cash, more so with cash, I want them to write down your information as well. Every single time that someone is having a Sweet 16 and they receive over $1,000 in cash, I want them to have to go down to the authorities and have to write down their names and then pay tax on that birthday money as well, because that's all that this comes down to. It's always just this really weird, and I'm so tired of this narrative as well. It's gotten me to the point where I'm like, and I'm trying not to curse as much as I possibly can, but regulators know exactly what they're doing. It has nothing to do with protecting anyone. It has nothing to do with anti-money laundering. It has nothing to do with any of that nonsense. It has to do with them trying to figure out how to control every single aspect of money around them. But part of the problem is they figured out that they can't control Bitcoin because they don't create Bitcoin. Once again, he who creates the currency has all the power. What happens when you see the metrics and you see that more and more people every single year within your countries are not using your currency or investing in your crappy ass products that you have on your stock exchanges, and they're investing in cryptocurrencies which you do not control and you cannot create? You get annoyed and you start making laws like this to discredit people or stop them from actually getting into the market. So the point is, once again, we knew that this was going to happen. It was abundantly clear that this was going to take place. It's just more of a, I was kind of hoping that it wouldn't. And also, I'm also a little disappointed that the market also reacted in this way as well. A lot of people are rightfully so upset. But once again, fair is fair. If you do this to the cryptocurrency industry, I want this also for the euro as well. I want any, because people, there are tons of people. I'm not sure if you've visited once again or been in Europe before. People have a thing where if you are transacting, I know a lot of friends in Europe who prefer to pay in cash. I'll put it to you in that way. So I want to make sure that everyone is under the exact same rules from now on. Anyway, we're going to move on from that. This is once again the most popular, unpopular news story of the day. It's all over the place. It's all that everyone's talking about. On top of that as well, this news also was released. I don't think it had that much of an impact on it, but this has been echoed by Japan for quite a long amount of time as they're trying to get everyone else in line to be able to have the exact same regulatory framework. As per a report by Reuters, the head of the payment system department of the Bank of Japan revealed that the bank has warned G7 nations that a common legal framework for digital assets regulation is required on an urgent basis. The statement by the Bank of Japan comes as a response to the ongoing dispute, is not a dispute between Russia and Ukraine. One of them invaded the other one. As crypto and their potential use for invading different government-imposed economic sanctions falls under intense scrutiny. I'm not sure what's happening behind the scenes. I always think this is quite funny when you think about it this way. A lot of times we've gotten like really intense news, even news, if you want to go as far as to say like the banks talking about how high they think cryptocurrencies are going, or, we still get 1% of what's actually happening in the world. Surprise, not sure if you know that. Governments like to keep a lot of secrets. Something is happening behind the scenes, and I don't think it's me, you, us, and our friends buying $200 worth of Ethereum on a monthly basis that's really setting off alarms. But something behind the scenes is going on where I think a lot of major players are actually getting into the cryptocurrency space, and it's worrying governments on a very intense basis, because this, if you were here in 2017, 2018, maybe even the beginning of 2019, the news basically, there were constant quarterly reports being done by governments and banks to see if cryptocurrencies were a threat to the traditional financial system. And the same news that we got over and over and over, and I mean, we'd even joke about it sometimes on the channel. No, cryptocurrencies are not a threat. They're not going to harm anyone. They're no threat to the traditional financial economy. At some point in the middle of 2022, that completely flipped, and everyone was talking about, we need regulations. They have to happen right now. I think something happened behind the scenes. And even as more so, when we get news about accumulation or things of that nature, I think that some major companies have been secretly, air quotes, buying cryptocurrencies without us or many other major players actually knowing. And I think this is the point where the governments are actually worried. Why would you need urgent cryptocurrency regulations unless we were on the cusp of something, unless we were at the point where people are realizing that they should simply just be using cryptocurrencies as opposed to the nationally issued currencies? Why would you want to be a part of a system that is inflating by 7% every single year, as opposed to a system that is deflationary where your money gets stronger every single year? Why have it in a bank when and I don't even advocate for stable coins. You could simply have it inside of a stable coin. Why are you trying to get 4 to 3% returns with real estate per year when you could have 25%? And so the idea is, this news came out. I mean, it coincided exactly with the vote that happened with the European Parliament. And I assume this also had a bit of a twinge of annoyance for the market as well, as they're trying to basically get, it says it right here, Canada, Germany, France, Italy, Japan, the US, and the UK to agree on all these rules. Sure, why not? And I tell you this right now in the nicest way. We are going to have cryptocurrency regulations. There's no way around it. These governments are absolutely terrible. We've seen before. Remember the reaction from them when Facebook announced that they were going to make their own currency? And that was something that was going to be based on the US dollar and the euro. Like, Facebook explicitly said, we're going to be buying the euro and the dollar as our reserves for this currency. So once again, also on the calls of no, something really weird is happening that we are simply not a part of. We are not in the room for. But I think we're witnessing the actual reaction to it right now. Like, the idea of making it $1,000 or 1,000 euros, excuse me, is nonsensical, because I'm sure that there was also a proposition for anything more than 500 euros. To finish this entire thought off, there was still, even after this, and I mean about 4 or 5 different individuals came forward and said that they are more bullish on Bitcoin than ever. A lot of them have even proposed that the regulations are not that bad. The idea being, now that there's going to be some type of legal framework, basically institutions will be able to get into the cryptocurrency space in a more regulated manner, what have you. I was actually quite shocked. There was actually a lot of news after the vote came out. Like this one says, crypto analyst says Bitcoin and Ethereum rally's not over. Here are his targets. I think it was like 100 and something thousand or something other dollars for Bitcoin. So yeah, that's all the price news right now. I know not the greatest news in the world, but one, it's not a ban. Two, the market is down, but it's not. We've had days where the market has dropped by 17% on really bad news. I think in a week and a half, people will have completely forgotten that this even happened. And yeah, not really much more to say. We knew that there were going to be regulations. We've seen that for a long time on cryptocurrency exchanges. You have to constantly register for every single crypto exchange that you sign up for now. So that's the European Parliament news. And I'm telling you, I know that woman is getting some crazy messages today. Just if you're going to lump us into the same exact space as the traditional financial world, just let us have the exact same rules. But let's move on. This is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my entire life. When a company like Nike or Nike, depending on where you live, finds someone using its brand without permission, it can ask the court to order the unauthorized goods to be destroyed. Nike has done this in the past, but its latest trademark lawsuit comes with a twist. The product they want to destroy are NFTs, which are inscribed permanently on the Ethereum blockchain. And the case in question involves Detroit-based StockX, a site that lets people buy and sell used brands, including Nike sneakers. Those sneakers are among its most popular items, and a few months ago, StockX decided to take it a step further by selling NFT versions of the Nike Dunk, Jordan 1, and other shoe lines. According to StockX, the NFTs, which it calls Vault NFTs, are simply a receipt that customers can redeem for the equivalent pair of the physical sneakers. If they choose to redeem, they must surrender the NFT. The NFTs, by the way, look like this. So basically, it's like an image of the actual shoe. For those of you who are or have been paying attention to Damien Hirst, the artist I spoke about before, he also has released a group of NFTs where you can hold the actual NFT, or you can surrender the NFT to actually have a physical form of it. This is a very common practice in the NFT space now, where you can basically, I want to hold the NFT, then the physical one gets destroyed, air quotes, or you can say, I want the physical one, and then the NFT actually ends up getting destroyed. I heard about this a couple of months ago, maybe a month or two ago, where apparently Nike got really upset. So as far as I understand, now this is my own, I'm not a genius on this, I don't work for any of these companies. As far as I understand it, these are the actual images that the company StockX takes as they have these things in their vault, in their warehouse, wherever they actually might be. And they simply sold these images of the actual things. I think they also did it with they have like graded Pokemon cards, and I've seen people selling those NFTs back and forth as well of the StockX ones. But for some reason, Nike was like, no, you can't even sell images of the things that you own from us that are inside your warehouse, which is number one. And then the other part with them wanting StockX to destroy the NFTs, like they want no trace of them to even be on the blockchain. Maybe I've been in the cryptocurrency space for too long, but it sounds so archaic. It sounds like, now this is not in a mean way. It sounds like a 70-year-old person at like the end of a very long like board meeting table, like in all the cartoons, like slamming their fist on the table. I don't even want images of our stuff being out there. And it's like, stop it. You sound ridiculous at this point. So I don't know how this is going to come to an end. This was also relatively popular news. If you want to read more about it, you can definitely find out stuff about it. It's not the actual, there are tons of websites that have the images of other things that other companies also own. Like imagine, let's say you took a photo, and it was you holding, or you had on a Burberry coat, you were holding a Louis Vuitton bag, and you were wearing a pair of Jordans. You took a photo of it, made it into an NFT that had 1,000 editions, and people bought those 1,000 editions. Would you then have to pay back Nike, Louis Vuitton, and Burberry. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, so sure, why not? I'm sure this will eventually have some sort of a conclusion that will not suffice for Nike. Because also, if for those of you who don't know, every single company is now in the NFT space as well. They lied to us several times, telling us that they were not in the crypto space and so and so and so. We found out behind the scenes that not only have they all been buying cryptocurrencies, but they're all desperately trying to get into the NFT space as well. And I assume, here's my assumption, these probably are a problem for them because they wanted to release their own NFTs. And it's probably some of the sneakers that we're seeing over here on the screen. And now they're trying to get the first NFTs minted of those sneakers taken off before they mint their own. All right, that's the Nike StockX news. Relatively popular. I think maybe there's like a crossover of sneakerheads into the cryptocurrency space or just collectors in general, or I don't know what's going on, but sure. I mean, if they can figure out how to get it off the Ethereum blockchain, I mean, like permanently, like the actual, even the record of the transaction happening in the first place, I mean, by all means, go for it. All righty. Let's move on. Also, first of all, happy April 1st, everyone. I was reading through a lot of the news and I was like, this has to be an April Fool's joke, right? Because the world's leading cryptocurrency exchange, Binance, is an official sponsor of the 64th annual Grammy Awards. Okay, cryptocurrency exchange giant Binance has been announced as the official crypto partner of the Recording Academy, the company which organizes the Grammy Awards. The Recording Academy released an official list of its partners for the upcoming 2020 Grammy Awards. Binance, which is among the sponsors, said it is the first crypto partner of the Grammys. Also, the partnership will enable the exchange to bring Web3 technology solutions to the Royal Academy's events. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Like, are you giving everyone some ether? Are you going to be showing NFTs on the wall? While there are no robust details concerning the deal, Binance suggested that the collaboration could go beyond the Grammys. This was what I mean, right behind the EU Parliament news, and I mean a close second. Does anyone actually care? I mean, I don't personally. It's news, so I'm bringing you the most popular news stories of the day. I told you all before, Binance is doing everything, but I mean, like, I feel like this is also like, it's kind of like if Binance bought like an apple orchard, and then we had to hear that they were like, there's going to be like a Binance brand of apple juice. It's kind of like that for me. Who still watches award shows? I mean, listen, I saw the clip as well. I don't know if you saw my Twitter image. I think that was, I have my own opinions on that moment. But I mean, no one is actually watching award shows anymore. Like, no one. Like, they're just not a thing for younger people, and even older people aren't really watching them like they used to do in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. So cool. I assume there's some type of strategic partnership thing going on behind the scenes. Okay, wait. Maybe Binance is going to be giving the Academy Award winners NFT versions of their awards. I think I'm getting it. I have a feeling this is it. And they will then be able to be put onto OpenSea for people to be able to buy, like, what is the Grammy Awards for? Oh, music. To buy Marie Antoinette, does she make music? Someone's Grammy. I'm going to move on from here. This was the second most popular news story of the day behind the EU Parliament news. I'm going to assume this is an April Fool's joke until we hear otherwise. I doubt that it is, but you know. All right. Moving on. And to finish things off, Visa has formally kicked off an initiative to help NFT creators grow their businesses. There's the tweet for it right there. How cute are they hugging their friends? According to a press release on Visa's blog, the Visa Creator Program seeks to help digital-first artists, musicians, families, fashion designers, and filmmakers accelerate their small businesses through NFTs. The program will provide creators with mentorships and community building opportunities and give them access to Visa clients and partners, as well as other thought leaders in the Web3 space. Selected creators will also receive a one-time stipend. So that tells me right there, the people who are going to actually be on this creator program are going to be very well-known artists already and not smaller artists who actually need the money. The other part being, this is being touted as, first of all, it's not an amazing thing. I think it'll do great for adoption and NFT, whatever, moving forward. More people will know about it. But this is being done because Visa is basically trying to get deeper into the cryptocurrency space. For those of you who did not know, Visa and MasterCard were original partners of the Facebook digital coin that they were trying to launch. They backed away when they saw that regulators did not care for it. And then Visa and MasterCard, especially Visa, announced around 2019 that they were heavily into Bitcoin and crypto. And this is why I also assume that they've been buying some behind the scenes. You as a mega company like Visa and MasterCard are not into cryptocurrencies unless you yourself own a huge amount of them. The other part being, I think it's just a strategic way for them to say, hey, look at us. We're all young and cool and we're in the cryptocurrency space. And you can now also do NFT stuff on our platform. We'll see how this turns out. I'm not expecting anything major or big from it. A lot of platforms have tried before, the Winklevoss twins and what was the other one? I don't remember. A lot of them have tried to launch NFT platforms, but they're always exclusive. They only allow artists who are already known or other big names and don't really allow anyone else in, and these platforms end up collapsing. So cool. Like I said, it's not a bad thing. I think allowing any type of creator, especially even a medium-sized creator, to have access to people who are in Visa's clients and partnerships is a major thing for them. But this won't be an inclusive thing like many other. The whole point of the cryptocurrency space is meant to be inclusive. You at any time can buy cryptocurrency, any coin that you want, and be part of that community. I know it sounds a bit cringe, but it's exactly kind of what it is. The same exact thing with NFTs. Anyone can make an NFT. Anyone can sell an NFT. It's the point of inclusion. Everyone can do it in the space. When you start making all these platforms that are just designed for the higher ups, the other 99% of people in the market aren't going to use your platform. So that's the Visa is creating a mentorship partnership thing for NFT creators. Good luck. Hope it works out. Let's move on. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters: GBU Wally, Bubble Mode, How's Life Austin, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Jamie Saad, Blockchain Simplified, and Let's Move On, Empire Queen, Fudweiser, Roman Geba, Bitcoin Ben Arachno, Dave Tony, Ambroski, The Dealers, here we go. Sorry, I didn't scroll down. Captain Something in the Z-Way Lay, Mobarazi, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grelay, Lauren De Silva, Quarterbiddy, Troy Allgood, Space Case Need a Miracle, Patronos, Navarro Williams, Utopia 569, Moonman High XRP, Martin Steuer, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, Bilbiophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Grayson, Wise 9 Owl, 242 to the World Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cody 3D, Setsuna, Rich Rich III, Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Jim Garner, Jimmy Fox, Minting Coins, Yes to Crypto, Bodie Big Boatface, Anytime Fitness, Mom's Corner Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger, Macho Nisa, All Crypto with Lionel, and Crayola Michelle URL. Thank you all very, very much for your continued support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel. Thank you to everyone who left a like, who left a comment, or who has subscribed. Why are these two blotted out right here? At the moment, Bitcoin is currently down by 4.37%. Over the past 7 days, it is up by 2.58%. We have dropped because of this stupid European Parliament news. Yeah. The entire market is roughly in red. Solana is up by 2%. It is up by 23% in the last 7 days. Must be nice to be Solana. Anything else up? Waves is up by 9%. Is it what? Why? Can someone please tell me why Waves is up by 80% in the past 7 days, but Bitcoin and Ethereum aren't? That would be I would love a full rundown as to exactly why that's happening, because as far as I can tell, there wasn't a company who just announced that they were buying $10 billion worth of Waves like they were buying Bitcoin, or another one who's raising $600 million to buy more Bitcoin. I don't understand this market. Not even 1%. Yeah. Oh, and Phantom is up by 7%. Anything else crazy? And Zilliqa is up by 9.2%. Zilliqa is up by 334% in the last 7 days. Alrighty, that's going to do it for this video. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. Hope you all have a great day, great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.